forward, you step in. Is there any kind of adjustment for mindset, or is it just like just picking up where you left off, riding the bike? Just how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I think it took a drive to kind of get settled in, physically at least. Mentally, I was locked in. I knew the game plan, pretty well, as I do every week. But physically, it took me a while. I missed that first throw there, but after that, I felt good. Team was playing well, so it was easy to be back out there.
The fact that you guys were able to finish off a game in which previously it hasn't always worked out that way. Just what lessons can you take from this Maryland game now going forward? Could you guys have that experience of finishing it off?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just goes to show that you got to execute for 4 quarters, and there were still some plays and some opportunities that we left out there when the defense had a turnover. When we only had 15 yards to the end zone and we didn't punch it in, I think that's still one thing that we got to learn from. While we got the win, there's still definitely some takeaways about finishing and executing for 4 quarters.
Does that make sure that some of the younger guys, they don't get too puffed up about winning the game on the road, but they know that they can come back, and there's plenty that older guys and the coaching staff can say, we could really improve in a lot of different areas?
Yeah, I think that's why Mondays are important, because we just came in and we just learned from the film, and we realized that even though we got the win, there were so many good learning points and so many different takeaways that are going to be important down the Big Ten stretch. So getting a win on the road is big, like you said, but always learning from it is really important.
Have you adjusted mindset-wise from going to a game as a starter to being able to come cold off the bench and perform the way you perform?
Yeah, I think it's just I think that all starts during the week and just planning all week like you're going to go out and play, and knowing the game plan and knowing what the defense is going to give you in certain looks. And I wouldn't say it was anything that had to do with Saturday. It was everything that I did throughout the week that prepared me for that. And that's just a testament to everyone around me.
You've had a great mental outlook all year long, and you've lived life on both sides, starter, coming off the bench. When you do come off the bench, knowing that your team is obviously in need, is there a different mental approach for you?
I don't think so. All week long, I try to still be that same leader, the same guy that's pushing everybody, and they look to me during the week, to try to get things going, look to get the tempo of practice going, and I think, that it was that same look. It was just a carryover from practice, and just trying to be that same guy in that leadership role that guys look to, and I'm that same way on the sideline. At least I try to be when Mike or anybody, even receivers, running backs, come to the sideline. I try to be that guy that they can look to, and so I would say there wasn't a whole change there.
Coach Allen's talked about how rare it is in today's college football that you have 2 quarterbacks, capable quarterbacks on the same team. I mean, why are you the person who decided, I'm going to be a backup and I'm not going to leave? I mean, what goes into that decision?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obviously been hard. It hasn't been easy to wake up every day and want to come in and want to watch film and do all that stuff, but it's a good learning experience. It's adversity. I told myself that I wasn't going to run from it, and I knew at the beginning of the year that I didn't know when my number was going to be called, but I had a feeling that at some point this team was going to need me, and it really has to do with the people here and the guys in the locker room, and so many good relationships that I wasn't just gonna, that I'm not gonna just walk away from. So,
can you talk a little bit about your relationship with Mike during the course of the week, when he's getting ready to play, or in those times when he was hurt, when you were getting ready, in regards to your interactions with each other?
Yeah, I mean, I think at practice and in the film room and everything, I think we're very helpful towards each other. We, especially on Saturday and game day, I think. When you're out there and everything's live and going fast, I think it's hard to see everything. And when he comes to the sidelines, doing the best that I can to relay any information, any different looks that I'm seeing, and I think that's been consistent all year through practice and on Saturdays.
You took a couple of shots on some scrambles. How did you hold up physically throughout that game, and what was that like?
Yeah, I feel good. I mean, I was a little sore yesterday, but that's college football, and just a matter of getting my body back this week and continuing to be in the training room and getting treatment. So I feel good.
Also, Coach Allen was saying it takes a special person to be able to play in this type of role. Who do you think instilled in you kind of that desire to stay and to not face challenges rather than run away from them? Was anybody in your past?
I mean, I think just definitely my parents and just my upbringing, and just everything that they've taught me through the years, that life is going to be hard, that adversity is going to hit, but it's not about football at that point. It's about just the kind of person that you are and the kind of teammate that you are. And sure it's been hard, but like I said, it's just from a young age, everything that they've taught me, just trying to carry that over into football because it's real, and it's just about being a good person.
I guess following up on that, you kind of mentioned that it's hard. What does motivate you every day to come to practice and keep going every day?
The guys in the locker room. I mean, 100%. I have so many tight, close relationships in that locker room, and even the guys that I'm not close with or as close with, they're guys that you grind all summer with, all winter with, and to let them down would have been hard. And like I said, it's just an opportunity for me to go out there and play, and just try to make the most of it and seize that opportunity, for those guys.
You played in a lot of kind of Big Ten stadiums as a quarterback, last year at Ohio State in particular. If you're the guy this week, how do you draw from those experiences going up to Nebraska? It's supposed to be so loud, kind of a crazy atmosphere up there.
Sure, it's going to be loud, and I think just from my experience, one takeaway is just taking the game one play at a time and just executing the play that is called. You can't get high, can't get too high, can't get too low, because that crowd's going to be into the game. It's going to cause momentum shifts and swings, and if you just take it one play at a time and just focus on your job, everything starts to become a little bit easier.
Thanks, Peyton.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.